welcome back to Real Reviews. This is Cody Williams, and we're here to talk about the movie, The Black Phone. It is the newest horror flick to come from Blumhouse that is a depiction of the story written by Joe Hill, who many know as the son of Stephen King. When I first saw the previews for this movie, I was immediately enticed. The movie was supposed to be released back at the beginning of the year, but things happened and it got delayed at least a couple of times. After so long, it has finally released in theaters. I have watched it and I cannot wait to talk about it. The movie story follows Finney Shaw, a shy but clever 13-year-old boy who's being held in a soundproof basement by a sadistic masked killer. When a disconnected phone on the wall starts to ring, he soon discovers that he can hear the voices of the murderer's previous victims, and they are dead set on making sure that what happened to them doesn't happen to Finney. Without a doubt, I can easily say that this movie was flat out amazing. Blumhouse movies are sometimes a hit or a miss, but this film in particular, it completely blew it out of the park. It's directed by Scott Derrickson, who brought us such fantastic movies such as Sinister, Doctor Strange, and The Exorcism of Emily Rose. I still think that Sinister is one of my all-time favorite horror movies, but in all true honesty, The Black Phone is a tad better. This movie has a lot of good things going for it, whether it be its masterful use of tension and suspense to keep the viewers on edge, the saturated, gritty cinematography to help dabble the 70s time period setting, the scares are visceral, and the acting from everyone was on point. To say that this film was magnificent is such an understatement. This movie's not like your average horror flick that's so dependent on jump scares, whereas it comes to the point where it's overbearing. Where this film succeeds at is the prominent use of build-up tension and suspense to keep you on the edge of your seat almost constantly. There are some jump scares, I will admit, but they're so effectively well done. I haven't been unnerved by such a movie in quite some time, and I have to applaud the filmmakers for doing such a great job on this film. The casting alone can be a deciding factor on whether or not the movie banks, but in this case, everyone was phenomenal, from Ethan Hawke, who was formidably terrifying as the grabber, to both child stars, Mason Thames, and also Madeleine McGraw, who was the show stealer every time she was on scene. I really enjoyed the film's visuals. You know how a majority of the movies from the 1970s had saturated and grainy cinematography? Well, with this movie taking place during that time period, you feel like you're in the 70s with a unique camera work. At some points throughout, it kind of feels like a grindhouse film, so to speak. It was pretty cool how it was all done. Overall, The Black Phone is an exuberant horror film that makes for a bone-chilling experience that's not to be missed. Quite frankly, it's a perfectly crafted film that most horror movies aspire to be. As bold as that may sound, you really have to see it to believe it. I give this movie an A+. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to keep up with my real reviews.